Alright, today we're talking about standard form. We've been over this a little bit before, but we're going to do some different things with it today than what we've done in the past. So, first of all, standard form is ax plus by equals c. The a, b, and c are just any real numbers, and then the x and the y, that's just your variables there. So examples might be 2x plus 6y equals 9, x minus 3y equals 5, or 12x minus y equals 10. Basically you're looking for your x and your y on one side of the equation. They could have coefficients. They might have a coefficient of 1, like you see here, with just the x by itself. And then any whole numbers that are by themselves that don't have a variable attached, those are on the other side of the equal sign. So the first thing they're going to ask us to do is just take equations and put them in standard form. So this first equation here is y equals 3x plus 7, so that's in slope-intercept form. We're going to solve it for standard form, so we're just rearranging the equation, getting the x and the y both on the same side. So for this, if I have y equals 3x plus 7, I want the 3x over here, so if it's positive I would subtract the 3x, so now I just have negative 3x, I have positive y equals 7. So there you go. Nice and pretty in standard form. This one is in point slope form. Y minus 6 equals 2 times x plus 1. So if I want to put that in standard form, I'm going to do distributive property. So 2 times the x is 2x. 2 times the 1 is 2. And then I have the y minus 6 over here. So first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and move this minus 6. I'm going to get it over here with this 2. So I'm going to add the 6 right there. So I have y equals 2x plus, and 2 plus 6 is 8. So now I want this 2x on the other side over here with the y. So I would subtract it. And I'm going to get negative 2x. I have a positive y, and I have an 8 over here. Now I can be done. If for some reason you just really want that first number to be positive, or maybe you have a multiple choice test, you're trying to find the right answer. If all of these were divided by negative 1, then all of the signs would change. Okay, so now negative divided by negative will be positive 2x. Y divided by negative 1 becomes minus y. And 8 divided by negative 1 becomes negative 8. So either way, I could add negative 2x plus y equals 8, or I could add 2x minus y equals negative 8. Both of those are in standard form. They're both equivalent equations. Alright, so if I want to write the equation in standard form, if they give me a slope and they give me a point on the line, I have two choices. I can either write it in slope-intercept form and then turn it to standard form, or I can write it in point-slope form and turn it to standard form. Either way is fine. Okay, it doesn't matter which way that I work this. I've just got to pick one, whichever one I think is easiest. But there's no way for me to jump straight to standard form. So you've got to use one of the two ways that you've already learned how to do, okay, which is slope-intercept form or point-slope form. So let's just say for this first one, we're going to use point-slope form. So I would say y minus y1 equals m. And then x minus x1, I'm going to fill in the blanks. Y minus my y value is 3. My slope is negative 2. And then I've got x minus my x value is 4. So I would do the distributive property with the negative 2. So negative 2 times the x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times the negative 4 is positive 8. Alright, I want to get this minus 3. I want to move it over here, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides. I'm going to get y equals negative 2x plus 11, because 8 plus 3 is 11. And then I want to get it in standard form, so I've got to take the negative 2x and move it over here, by adding it. So when I add the 2x, I'm going to have 2x plus y equals 11. So there's my equation in standard form. Alright, now over here, if they give me two points, okay, and they still want me to do the same thing, write the equation in standard form, the first thing I've got to do is find the slope, just like I did before. So I would say 50 minus 34, and I would say 35 minus 25. Remember, that's y minus y over x minus x. It's how I find the slope. So 50 minus 34 is 16. 35 minus 25 is 10. 16 over 10 reduces to 8 over 5. If you can't do it in your head, always got your handy dandy calculator to help you out. Then at this point, you just need to pick, once again, whether you want to do slope-intercept form or whether you want to use point-slope form. And you've got to figure out which one of the points that you want to use with the slope. Okay, so we've got our slope is 8/5. Alright, so let's say I'm going to use the second point, and this time, just to mix it up, I'm going to go back and I'm going to use slope-intercept form. So I'm going to write y equals mx plus b. So my y value is 50. My slope is 8 over 5. And then my x value is 35, so I'm going to put it over 1. And then I'm trying to find out what the y-intercept is. So when I do this, remember the first thing I've got to do is 8/5 times 35. Now you can use your calculator, you can do it in your head. The easiest way to do it in your head is by canceling. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 35 7 times, so now 8 times 7 is 56. So I have 50 equals 56 plus b. So now I have to subtract the 56, and I'm going to get negative 6 equals b. So once I get negative 6 equals b, okay, I'm going to write down my equation in slope-intercept form. So y equals 8/5 x minus 6. Now, whenever I write it in standard form, I don't want to use any fractions. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to multiply every single thing by 5. Okay? So this becomes 5 times y. 5 times the 8/5 is going to cancel out the 5 and just make 8x. And then 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Okay, so now I can go ahead and move the 8x to the other side. I've got to subtract it. So when I do that, I'm going to have negative 8x, positive 5y, and then I've got equals negative 30. So now I've got that in standard form, just like they asked me to do. So just remember, in standard form, the x and the y are on the same side. You can't have a fraction written in front of your x or your y. You can't have a fraction as a coefficient in front of your x or your y. You want to make sure that you go ahead and multiply by that denominator, get rid of that fraction, so that you can just have whole number coefficients when you're writing it in standard form. I think that's all you're going to need to know. So hopefully you're having a good day, and we'll see you again next time.